This soup, now wow, now wow. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're making Egusi soup, a Nigerian delicacy. These are the ingredients you will need, but don't worry, I'll list them out in the description box. Now the first step is to boil the meat because this takes a long while. I have a pack of assorted meat here and I'm just taking out the liver because I don't want that in my soup. I can use that for fried rice or just something else. The first step in boiling the meat is of course to wash them, get rid of dirt, extra fat if you don't want that, and other things. Next step is to season. I'm using chopped onions, but you can blend yours if you don't want bits of onions in your soup. I'm also using pepper powder, known as dry powder, seasoning cubes, and salt. Make sure you add enough salt and seasoning powder as this determines the deliciousness, if I can say, of your soup. Don't be scared, just listen to the voice of the ancestors telling you, stop my child, and you'll be fine. Now I'm adding some hot water. Usually I let my meat steam, that's goat meat, but this is a combination of different types, which may not have enough water to bring out of them, so I'll just add water, cover it, and let it cook on medium heat for a while. The next step is of course the leaves. I'm using frozen spinach, but please feel free to use fresh leaves, that's even the better option. So you can use spinach or you can use kale, especially if you're in the UK or the US and Canada and other countries. If you're in Nigeria, you're better off using Ugwu leaf. I do not know if they're the same thing, but if you know, just type in the comments. Thank you. So you wash your leaves clean and chop them into tiny bits and just save that for later. The next thing we're doing is preparing the egusi paste. Now if you have egusi seeds, you should blend them using a food processor into this powder. Once you have this powder, you can add in chopped onions and crayfish and some water and just mix together till you have a thick paste. Here I added a little bit too much water, so I added some more egusi powder just to make it thick like this. The next step is to make the pepper mix required for the frying of the egusi. Basically, egusi soup is more like meal prepping, so if you already have pepper mix in your freezer, then that's just easy. You just bring it out of the freezer and go straight to the cooking. All this is just meal prep. Anyways, you need bell peppers, habanero peppers, and some onions. So I'm removing the seeds from the peppers and chopping off the head and bottom of the onions, peeling off the skin, and I'll chop them into tiny chunks and put them in my blender. I'm going to pulse it so that I have a slightly thick pepper mix, but if you want, you can add water and blend it very smooth. This is how it should look. This should be the consistency, but whatever consistency you have is fine. Different methods for different people. I've just checked on the meat and it's soft enough, so we can begin. The first thing is to pour some palm oil into your pot. Generally I don't like too much palm oil, so I put very little. Next thing, you add in your chopped onions and just fry this for a while until it's fragrant. you're a fan of locust beans, just add in some. It's also called Iru. And let this fry for about 2 minutes as well, till the aroma comes out. Now pour in your pepper mix this together and allow it fry for about 20 minutes till darker in color and reduced. This is how mine looks after 20 minutes. There's no oil floating to the top because I didn't add enough oil for that. But if you add more than enough oil, then you will see oil float to the top. That's how you know that it's ready. Now I'm adding my egusi paste into the pepper mix in form of balls. Because I don't have a lot of oil in my pan, I'll be adding some meat stock. This will help cook the egusi balls and prevent them from burning. This is not a compulsory step at all. If you have enough oil, the oil will help fry the egusi. I'm just dipping them now into the stock. After like 8 minutes, I decided to just check on the egusi balls and turn them a little just to ensure that they cook evenly. Now, after about 20 minutes, it should be ready. Not the soup, no, not the soup. The egusi balls should be at least cooked and should look something like this. Now that the egusi balls are semi-ready, I'll be pouring in my stock as well as my meat. This will help cook the egusi balls further. I added my meat at this stage because they're not like so soft, so this cooking process will help soften them even more up to my preference. But it's all up to you. You're the cook, you're in control. Now go in with some crayfish, which is optional. Actually, it's optional. I don't know, in cooking there are not necessarily rules to this thing. Whatever you want to do. I added some water, so I added some salt to balance it out and make sure that my soup is as tasty as I want it. After 10 minutes of cooking, it was a bit too fluid for me, so I removed the pot cover so some water could evaporate. And after another 10 minutes, it was just perfect for me. This is the exact thickness I want, but whatever thickness you like, it's up to you. Now that it's done, I'm adding in my spinach. You can add in whatever leaves you use or want or prefer, and just mix that together. And finally, after 4 hours, 30 minutes, 100 hours in the kitchen, I'm joking. This is a very pretty straightforward recipe. I hope the food is ready anyways. It not only looks delicious, but it actually tastes so good. Now we're done. The soup is ready. Just throw in that swallow and enjoy the soup to the maximum. Sit down, relax, remove your clothes, balance all and enjoy, because I enjoy the soup and that is just the truth. So I hope you really like this recipe. I hope you try it out. I hope you enjoy it. Let me know in the comments if you're going to try it, and if you do, let me know how it turns out. Don't forget, you can always DM me on Instagram to ask any questions or even send a message here, and I'll respond to all questions and all queries and all how do I, what do I not do, stuff like that. Just let me know, and I'm always here to help. I hope you enjoyed this recipe, guys. As for me, I am balancing and enjoying my food. That's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, turn on post notifications, and I'll see you next time.